onefootflipper.
Hi, Paige here, the 1 Foot Flipper. It's Monday, although in this video we may teleport back in time as far back as last Tuesday. So be prepared for a bumpy ride. I thought I'd talk about a couple of things today. First is that I've spent the last week really hitting my basement hard. I've been fighting against my basement since the day I started reselling, or the day I was able to get down there, because it started out with my full arcade game collection and 20 plus years of me collecting all sorts of various things, and I've been working on more and more getting it into basically a complete business area, aside from the filming area, which is supposed to be half business and half pleasure. And it just had so much death pile, and death pile mixed in with good items, and that's what I've been working on. All right, let's do some sales. Sold this little carpet steamer, $45. Gonna ship that in the original box. Glad to have that gone. It was taking a lot of space. Sold a Warhammer 40,000 Leviathan chapter approved card deck, $18. Not bad, I only just got that Saturday. This here is a Warhammer box set called Leviathan. This originally contained a whole bunch of Space Marines to be one side of the battle, and a whole bunch of Tyranids to be the other. Tyranids are kind of like the aliens from Alien, sort of. But this instead had two sets of Space Marines. I sold each set of Space Marines separately for $200 each. They sold in less than 24 hours. I still have to split the box up, but so $400 total for the contents of that box. I sold not one, but two Warhammer 40,000 Leviathan hardcover rulebooks, $22 each. Also sold in less than 24 hours. 2 packs of Ultra Pro card sleeves for card games, $5.24. Not too bad. Oh no, I dropped it on the ground. Now it's not new old stock anymore. Whatever shall I do? Sold a new old stock Angelica Lunch Lady shirt. I got a bunch of these a couple of years ago. I sell one every once in a while for like, what do they got them for, $7. This being Halloween, is probably going to be part of somebody's Halloween costume. I have sent several of these to usernames that I believe to be movie studios in the past. So maybe they've been in some movies. Accidentally sold these unicorn drink markers for $1.79. And I say accidentally because that price indicates it would have been a 10% off offer. I don't send 10% off offers on items that are already $1.99, which is my minimum price point. But I guess I accidentally did. I sold and cannot find this set of 10 Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Daemons. They're supposed to be in box F, along with 3 other sets of them. $94.09. They're not in there. I did a quick look throughout the rest of my bins. None of them seem to have 4 prepackaged boxes of little plain cardboard boxes. I'm going to lose half a day to looking for those things tomorrow. And since I'm missing, 4 things, I can't just try to weasel out of it and hope it'll show up later and then relist it. I got to find it. Don't listen to anybody who tells you not to use a SKU system. Even with the SKU system, one mess up can ruin your entire day. And it's going to ruin half of tomorrow. Quite a bit, actually. It was about $700. Oh, and I'm running some auctions on District. They might already be over by the time this comes out. We'll see. Some of them already have bids. I've been literally taking things and making huge lots on District of stuff that I just passed over again and again and again. Because if I've been passing over stuff for 2 years, I'm never going to deal with it. So just made huge lots. I think I sold 36 video games on District for $6 yesterday. At least they're gone. I just believe I sold 150 7-inch singles for $2 on District, but now they're gone. So that might be worth going to look at, because literally most of this stuff I'm starting the auctions at $1 and just shipping it out. Obviously, I'm shipping it out no matter what it sells for. So today I'm going to be working on bin consolidation. Not that I want to work on bin consolidation, but I have an item that I can't find that's supposed to go out that's worth $100. And it has 3 similar friends, none of which are in bin F here, box F, where they're supposed to be. And I already gave a brief look into everywhere else to see if they were there, and I couldn't find them with a quick go through. So I'm going to spend the whole day on bin consolidation, which means I'm going to look at everything. And I'll find those items, and then I'll have more space. All right, let's do a few sales here. I spent over 4 hours looking for this 10-pack of Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Daemons that I sold for $94.09 because I had the wrong location label on them and was also expecting them to be in a box. And instead, I finally found them in a place that I looked for. I'd already looked in the first 10 minutes of the search. Isn't that great? Sizzix Movers and Shapers Fancy Die Cut Frame, $7.49. See that guy? He's a Necron Royal Warden. Sold him for $13.58. I think I got him from Fox Hunter. Fox Hunter sold out of his Necrons to me. Although, so did somebody else. So, who knows who it came from. It's Halloween, so of course this skeleton sold $8.86. Although I think I paid $3 for this in the first place, so I didn't do too well on this. That got marked down and marked down and marked down. Warhammer 40,000 chapter approved card deck, $18. This has only been in the store since Saturday, and I already sold out of them. Couldn't have gotten any more money for them, though, because I only undercut the existing source on them by 50 cents. Two books about Egypt, $7.97. Had I sold either one of these on their own, they would have been worthless, and I would have gotten nothing. So, I found this St. Louis Rams football at the Goodwill bins. Makes it sort of look like it's to their Super Bowl win year. It's not. The team that signed it is the 2008 team, which is one of the worst football teams to ever exist in the NFL. Still, I eventually got $45.64 for it, so not bad at all. All right, let's get to the next segment. Hey, those of you with GoPros, is it normal for eventually one of the batteries to just start draining pretty fast? I've been using the same battery out of my 2 batteries since I got my Hero 11 Black, like, I don't know, almost 2 years ago now. And now it goes down really fast. I'm going to switch to the other one and see if it's doing the same thing or not. But is that normal? I'm finally throwing stuff away. I finally emptied out the bathroom down there. You can get into it again now. Previously, it was filled up with cardboard, but I couldn't even get to the cardboard because I had stuff stacked in front of it. Now you can get to it. Now I got to get a door for the room again. Because of my abilities, I've got to not have an open door. I've got to have a sliding door, because otherwise I could never actually get to the toilet. It's too complicated, because the door opens inward. Anyway, that's enough. And I got to repair the toilet. It's wanting to leak now inside the tank, but that's a $10 part. And I used to be a maintenance man, so I can just do that sort of thing. Just a couple of sales in this segment. I didn't even want to drag them out over to the bar. Kindle Motor Oil Snapback Trucker Hat, $18.26. I believe I got this in a hat lock from Chernox Connection, but I could be completely wrong on that, so don't hold me to it. Dances with Wolves, sealed, $2.05. I'll make about another $1.50 on the shipping because I do charge too much to ship one tape. And for $10.30, this is an old network. This is 2 old network cards and an old late 90s graphics card. And that's all I got for today, although it is still morning. All right, let's do a few sales. I had multiple sales on District Commons. Matter of fact, currently for the month, I'm number 10 on their leaderboard. That won't last, but I am at the moment. I sold a case of 10 playmats for collectible card games. They're branded Force of Will, but they're Ultra Pro. It's the good brand. Got a whole $6 for them, but that's okay. I wanted them gone. Note this, a $20 MSRP item, so somebody else who's got a better situation, like a booth, that's a perfect booth item. Because he's getting, even after shipping, he's getting those things from me for like $1.50 each. You can slap $5, $10 on them in the booth, and they'll eventually sell. So I'll put a picture up on all these District Common items, since I packed them up as soon as I make the listing. That sold for $6. Sold a lot of about 17 pounds of Pokemon paper items, folders, coloring pages, greeting cards, kind of stuff that would be great for lives or for, once again, booths. I don't do either. Sold for a whole $5 plus shipping. That's okay. I was tripping over this stuff. The stuff I'm tripping over, I'm starting to lot up and just unload on District Commons, so I'm not tripping over it anymore. I'm not going to become a live seller anytime soon. I'm not going to open an antique booth, so I don't need to keep that sort of stuff around. Sold a lot of 145 RPM records, 20 bucks, 20 cents a record, good enough for me. This one was on Dibdit of District. Ninja Sword, 2 bucks. I auctioned it, only got one bid. Definitely lost money on this one. I got this at the bins. It weighs at least 2 pounds, so maybe even 3. So I probably had 6 bucks into this. But I got it home and it's not branded. I noticed it's missing something here on the end. And I'm not even sure of the rules of selling knives and swords on eBay, so I decided to just unload it. Only one person was interested, so they got a deal. I'm still fine. Otherwise, my daughter, one of her friends, will eventually end up stabbing somebody with that anyway, so I'm glad it's gone. On eBay, Star Wars Clone, Attack of the Clones collectible card game starter deck. Sealed, 5 bucks. That's very old. Terminator collectible card game starter deck, $4.44. Now, for some reason, the starter decks for the Terminator collectible card game are worthless, but the booster boxes, which have packs inside, are incredibly expensive. I'm not sure why, because there are no expensive singular cards in this game whatsoever. So it's a mystery to everybody. This is the base to an arcade joystick. Specifically, it's the base to a Wiko, which was the good brand back in the day, micro switch joystick. That means it had little clickies rather than silent tabs. This would have been in a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or Konami X-Men, something in that 88 to 92 range, probably 4-player. I put this up this afternoon for $13, took a nap, and it had already sold. It was a hard item to price. There weren't any exact comps out there, and there were some new old stock, brand new complete stick units for $35, so I kind of priced it a third of that. Black & Decker, cordless rechargeable screwdriver, $12.60. Got this at the bins earlier this week. A very dirty, needs cleaning, Paul McCartney plush with guitar. He's still got his tags, but he's quite dirty. I put him up for $20. About a day and a half later, I got a message from a young lady saying she's been offering me $18, saying she's been looking for a Paul by himself everywhere, because these normally are in sets, and offered me $18. I would have sent an $18 offer anyway, so I accepted. Basically, what I'm getting at here is do not mix up your listed and your unlisted inventory ever. I'm now looking for full segregation as far as my business goes. Things come in, and they're going to go on these upstairs shelves. Now, these upstairs shelves do look like they have a lot of junk on them right now, because they do. My wife is on an endless quest to put things on these shelves that don't go there, like water bottles and iced tea and anything that walks into the house that needs to actually go downstairs. She's going to try to put them on those shelves. And I guess that's fine, because she's also the person who carries all the stuff up and down the steps. Well, between her and Julie. But the idea is things come in, they go on these shelves, they get listed, and then they go downstairs to be stocked. And nothing is ever going to walk down those basement stairs or crawl down unless it's already been listed. Down in the basement right now, I'm down to 2 tubs and 1 shelf of unlisted items. Although I'm sure I'm going to be hunting down stragglers for a long time. Sometimes I find something in a bin that's just not listed. Maybe it got delisted. Maybe it got just pushed into a bin. My wife used to be bad about that, thinking something that was on a shelf was listed and it's in her way for whatever reason, so she'll just stick it into a bin. And now it's in a bin, and thus has no chance of getting listed unless I inventory the bin. And once I really finish the main basement, I'm going to then start whittling down my tabletop gaming collection a little bit more. I have a lot of stuff. I actually already started. I sold most of my 3rd edition Dungeons & Dragons collection privately to a friend in the last few weeks, because I don't play that version of the game very much, while he both collects and invests in that sort of stuff. So I just kept the 3 basic rule books and sold him the rest of my hardcover collection. And that's fine. And I have thousands of fantasy miniatures, but I have far too many of the good guy miniatures, you know, character miniatures. Oh, look, here's your Dwarven Warrior, and here's your Elven Archer. I have way too many of those. Because you don't really need a huge amount of those, because there's only a certain amount of heroes out there at any given time, and a lot of people bring their own miniature to the game for their character anyway. So I need to get rid of large swaths of those, and I might have a little bit too much terrain, you know, like foam hills and plastic buildings to properly store, but I'll figure out later. All right, it's early Sunday evening. I skipped an entire video last week because I just didn't have anything to say. I know that some of our favorites are able to get out there and make a video every day or every 2 days and have absolutely nothing to say and even have me watching along with it, but I just don't have that ability. I can't ramble on about what I might do for 20 minutes while pulling 8 orders. It just doesn't work for me. So I skipped a video. Spent most of the weekend working on my basement. I actually can see the bottom of my death pile now. I have an idea of what's left. I have been bulking a lot of stuff out on district.net. Get up there, buy my stuff real cheap. Somebody got 36 video games off me for $6 today. 36 video games for $6. I didn't care, at least they were gone. My basement bathroom is open again. It had previously, for the last 2 years, been stuffed with cardboard boxes. It's open again. Look, you can actually see it, sort of. I need to replace the insides of the toilet, though. It's wanting to leak. I had to turn the water off. It's wanting to continually leak because it hasn't been used in years, but that's like $11, and I'm kind of handy. I know how to do that sort of thing. All right, I sold Duran Duran, $8.67. Not bad. Model Rocket, $15.94. Paid $3 for this. It was an estate sale last year. Oh, we also just skipped some sales entirely. I had some slow days or some days where I sold like 2 items and trading cards and I didn't even film. So guess what? I sold some stuff that you never found out about. What are you going to do? You don't care, do you? Memorex soccer ball TV, 5-inch black and white portable. It works. Antenna's broken, but that doesn't matter since there's nothing to pick up anymore on those frequencies anyway. $28.23. I believe that started at $35 a couple of years ago. I have one 5-inch black and white TV left that I actually need to list now. A Nintendo 64 jumper pack, whatever that is. Apparently this one's authentic, $4.57. This is a Ringo Starr Beatles-faced pot for growing things in, $17.71. Probably started at $20 and worked its way down. Guitar Hero 5, $18.25. I got a big bag of mostly empty Warhammer sprues, $22.81. Thought those were lost, but I actually found them extremely quickly after I went to look for them. And a cat puzzle, $11.77, plus some various lots on district.net. You can look me up on there if you want to and see what those are or not. It's up to you. You can also use my code OneFoot to get $5 off those lots or anybody else's stuff if you don't want my stuff. All right, let's get to the rest of the video. Hopefully I'll have a topic. And when this is done, I can finally do what most everyone else you watch does, which is to have a regular sourcing schedule. You know how those other people, they go out every day or every couple days or sometimes multiple times a day and go look for stuff? I don't do that. I have had so much death pile that I've mostly been living off that for the past 2 years, since the channel started. I only go out to have a sourcing day once every couple of weeks. I have not been operating like other resellers at all. What was the amazing thing that I never thought this other reseller would do? ADH Dave finally took the free shipping stuff out of his store. If you watch him, you will see one continuous thing that would happen. If not every episode, every other episode, he would put stuff on sale or send out an offer and end up shipping out some free shipping item at a dead loss. But looking at his store now, he's only got 2 things with free shipping. A phone grip, which has a significant price on it. That's fine. That makes sense. And the other one, I'm not so sure about. It's almost a complete set of golf gloves. Not sure why in the world that would have free shipping on it, but he's got enough of a price on it that he probably won't send it out at a loss. Or if he does, at least that'll be his last time he can tell that story. Unless he changes what he's doing and starts using free shipping again, which is the more likely outcome. Hey, if you've made it this far, why not hit that subscribe button? I don't even care if you like the video. Can you just hit subscribe? I have been just stagnant in that for so long, and I'm so close to my ultimate subscriber goal, which is not 100,000. It's way lower than most other people's. I'm so close to getting there, and I know half of you watching this video are not subscribed in the first place. Hey, thanks so much for hanging around. That's all I've got for today. So Hey, thanks, and I hope to see you again soon.
See, that's One Foot Flipper's nonsense video.